Hi, everyone. Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets here with your weekly marijuana market update. Hope everyone enjoyed the long holiday weekend. Now, today I'm going to dive into the world of cannabis-infused beverages and find a stock that rates high on our Cannabis Power Rating system that might help you with gains in this potential field. Now, remember, if you have a question about a cannabis stock or maybe the broader market, email me. My email address is feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll flash that right down below. If we use your question on an upcoming video, you're going to get some cool free Money and Markets gear like hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of great stuff. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, get notified each and every time we post up a new video. And I'd encourage you to check out moneyandmarkets.com. On our website, you can search our proprietary stock power rating system, get the rating of thousands of stocks. You'll see a breakdown of fundamental and technical ratings that make up the overall stock rating. If you go to moneyandmarkets.com, in the top right-hand corner of the homepage, you can type in company ticker or company name, and then you'll see its rating, stock chart, fundamental data, any analysis we publish, it's all right there at your fingertips. And while you're there, you can build your own watch list, track stock performance, and you can do all that on the website for free. Now, as I said today, I want to touch on cannabis-infused beverages and their spot in the cannabis market. And I'm also going to share with you a stock that could rocket up when these beverages start to take hold. Now, I'll start back in 2018. New Frontier Data, which is a cannabis data firm, conducted a study that showed 45% of American cannabis consumers who also drink alcohol would eventually replace alcohol with some cannabis beverages if they had it available. Now, if you fast forward to 2022, we're really not even close to that number yet. A survey conducted again by New Frontier Data this year found that only 14% of Americans are actually using cannabis-infused beverages today. Now, one of the big reasons why is these beverages haven't really taken off. It's because cannabinoids like THC and CBD are very difficult to infuse into beverages. Basically, neither really mix well with water. Now, THC is soluble in alcohol, but it's currently illegal in the US to mix those two things together. So the challenge here is for companies to find a way to mix THC and or CBD with water to create a cannabis-only beverage that doesn't just taste horrendous, rather than try to mix cannabis and alcohol. Now, big companies like Molson Coors, Anheuser-Busch, and Constellation Brands have invested millions of dollars in Canada to make these beverages, but they're constrained by Canada's tight marketing and advertising restrictions on cannabis. So they can make it, but they really can't market it. So you have kind of a double-edged sword here in the US. They can't make it because you can't mix alcohol and THC, whereas in Canada, you can make it, but you really can't market it and get product awareness out to consumers. But not all is lost on the cannabis-infused beverage market. A separate study conducted earlier this year by Fortune Business Insights, projected the global cannabis-infused beverage market would grow at a compound annual growth rate of 54.3%. from 2021 to 2028. So just in that short amount of time, that market is projected to explode. The global value of the market was around $915.1 million in 2021, and projections have that value reaching $19.1 billion by 2028. The study cites growing consumer inclination towards experimenting with new and innovative foods and beverages as the rationale for the growth expansion. So it's moving beyond just flour and other kind of traditional edibles, whereas the cannabis customer is now looking for different ways, different and innovative ways to take in either CBD or THC. And this leads me to my cannabis power stock, which is NewAge Incorporated. It trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker NBEV, NBEV, NBEV. Now, you might not be familiar with NewAge, which is based in Colorado and Utah, because it's not a traditional cannabis company. It specializes in making energy drinks, anti-aging skincare, as well as healthy snacks and waters. But back in 2017, NewAge expanded a licensing agreement for its Marley brand of CBD beverages, which is a brand named after popular reggae star Bob Marley. And that licensing agreement is with the Marley family. Now, you won't find Marley CBD beverages or anything like that on NewAge's website. It's done separately. So you have to dig around and poke, but it is there. The beverages include Marley Mellow, and Marley Mellow Mood, and Marley Mate. The offerings, again, are limited, but they are there. Now, after re-upping that license agreement through 2030, NewAge sales have basically blown up. In 2017, the company reported $52.2 million in sales, but by 2021, that number reached $449.1 million. That's a 760.3% growth rate. And by 2023, those sales are expected to reach $487.4 million. So if you look at 2017 all the way out to projections of 2023, that is an increase of 833.7% in annual sales for NBEV. That's massive. Now, despite the jump in sales, NBEV stock has actually suffered over the last 12 months, as have a lot of other cannabis stocks. In the last year, NBEV is down 83.6%. However, the stock is starting to show a little bit of sign of life and is moving up very slowly. It's closing in on its 50-day simple moving average, which could indicate a potential bullish breakout. It's not for certain, but it is an indicator that some traders like to use to suggest that there could be a bullish move on the way for a stock. Now, let's look at its Cannabis Power Rating. The Cannabis Power Rating ranks all cannabis-related companies against themselves rather than against the broader market. It's not really fair to rate Amazon against Canopy Growth or something like that. So we just kind of put all of the cannabis-related stocks together and rate them against themselves. NewAge rates a strong bullish 78 overall, and it scores a 96 on our value metric. This is because it's got a price-to-sales ratio of 0.13 compared to a peer average of 2.34. NBEV's price-to-book value ratio is 0.26, whereas its peer average is 2.59, meaning the stock comes in at a much, much better value than others in the food and beverage distribution industry. The company also does have solid sales growth, even though that's not one of the metrics that I like to track. Its prior year quarter earnings per share growth rate is 87.7%. So its sales have grown 87.7% from its most recent quarter to the same quarter a year ago. And its sales growth during that time is 58.7%. So all very strong growth metrics here. Now, if you're looking to break into the cannabis-infused beverage market, NBEV is a solid holding. Its diversification into other health-related products means that it's not just tied to the cannabis market. It is a great value. It's got great growth potential. But if you're going to get into it, realize this, that you're probably going to be wanting to hold this for a long period of time. This isn't one of those where you're in and then out in 6 months and you're good to go, or even in a year. I foresee this growth happening probably over the next 2 to 3 years with NBEV, not in a very short amount of time. So again, if you're interested in breaking into cannabis-infused beverages, which are still very, very early on the horizon in terms of how they're made, how they're marketed, and you know how they taste, basically, because they don't really taste that great right now. Then this is a very, very early stage of that. So it's kind of one of those things where you're getting in very early with the potential for big gains as you hold over a longer period of time. So that's all for me this week. If you do have a question about a cannabis stock or the market, you can email me. My email address is feedback@moneymarkets.com, or you can comment below here on our YouTube channel. If you send us a question and we use it in one of our upcoming videos, you will get free Money and Markets gear like t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, all sorts of great stuff. Don't forget about all the great content we have on our YouTube channel. Charles, Adam, and I work very hard. Our entire team, we work very hard to give you the best investment insight, and we want to give it to you for free right here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, where I give you even more insights, not just in the cannabis market, but sports and the broader market and lots of other things. You can find me on Twitter at InvestWithMattC. That's InvestWithMattC on Twitter. Thank you to everyone who watches our videos each and every week. We do it because, like I said, we want to bring you the best insights, not just in the cannabis, but to investing in the economy and to a wide-ranging list of topics related to your portfolio. And we want to give that to you in the best way possible. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money Markets and the host of the Marijuana Market Update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.